Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
Nah, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Hey! Here we are. There you are. Here's the pod. Tuesdays, everybody.
Yep.
We're back.
Oh, the air conditioning.
Oh,
We turn the AC off.
turn
Tell
off.
us if this is bad. Well, they're not going to tell us till next week.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
all right. It's
that'll be
going to
good
get a little
know.
back sweat.
Yeah.
Burn some fat.
There you go. I just showered. Always a bitch when you shower, then you sweat.
Uh-huh.
Remember car washing?
Car washing? I think that still exists.
I know, but like when you used to wash your car and then it would rain and people would go,
I never
fucking-"
understood that. What is
Well, I didn't get it either, but my dad said like, you wash it, you dry it, you wax it, and then it rains, so now you get the shit all just sticks to it again because it's wet.
that? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you get your pollen and your dust and your jizz right back on it.
Oh, yeah, I never got that. I was like, what's the difference that it rained?
Yeah.
The rain's not dirty, is it? Or acid rain, is that something?
I think it's an album.
Dirty Rain sounds like an album, too. In the dirty rain.
It's Purple Rain.
Purple rain.
And then there's
Purple rain.
some with like the
Only love, rain on me.
Thunder Rain or
Thunder Road.
wait, no. I think it's
And the
Guns
Thunder
N' Roses.
and the Thunder Rolls.
Guns N'
Oh,
Roses.
November Rain.
There it is.
November Rain's a great one.
Thank
yeah.
you. That's like a 13-hour song.
Rain on me.
Minute. Yeah.
Rain on. No, it's Lean on me.
Rain on Me was a weird Sandler flick.
Yeah, that was that song.
Uh-huh.
Only love can bring the rain.
Rain. Yes.
Pearl Jam did a cover of that.
And then there was a song about like a guy singing in the rain. In the rain is when I cry.
Oh, I know. I'm
R&B.
singing in the
Oh,
rain.
yeah, that
what a
too.
glorious feeling.
That's
I'm
true.
happy again. I'm laughing at clouds.
Happy
Gene
stroke.
Kelly,
Uh-huh.
who I think wanted to play for the Pirates or did play for the Pirates or something.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a baseball player, dancer.
That was back when celebs were really interesting. They all fought in the war.
Oh, yes.
They all were like, like fucking Buster Keaton and guys like that were unbelievable.
Yeah.
They would act it, write it, direct it, shoot it. They would do their own stunts. That guy deserves way more comedy credit, I feel like.
Oh yeah, broke his neck, the whole thing, and was
Yes.
in the act when he was like 3 months old. They
Yes.
put a handle on him and whipped him into the crowd and stuff. It's
Ah.
fascinating.
Fascinating guy. And like I went back, I watched YouTube of him talking as an old man, and they show clips. He's like, I chose this for this. And you're like, whoa, he was doing shit before cartoons.
Yeah, fascinating guy. You missed a great park hang, by the way, last week.
Oh, do
We had a
tell.
Buster Keaton chat.
What?
We had a good hang. I've been putting together these park hangs for years now, I realize, for 10 years. And we had a nice one the other day. It was 90 degrees, but we all gutted it out. We sat in the shade. We had a big blanket that Sarah brought, and good group.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. We talked movies, and there was no, big, shut up. It was just like, oh, that's interesting. It was really nice. I felt like a bunch of, queers in the grass.
Yeah, I like
It was
grass
nice,
queer.
nice breeze, and we talked about films, and we played a board game. And,
Board game?
It was quite delightful.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
we
is
could have
something.
used you.
Yeah,
Ari and I
well-
threw the frisbee. He got like sun poisoning. He felt like a real,
Day out.
Jew.
Oh,
He was like dizzy because we threw the frisbee for 10 minutes and he had to go walk around and he had his outfit on. And Ari's got his his head shaved with the horseshoe bald and the mustache. At one point, a little kid was nearby, so he threw the frisbee. And I was like, you can't throw the frisbee to a little kid when you look like that.
That's a good point.
The lady was like, honey, no! Like, she just sprinted over and grabbed and ran away and called the cops.
That's a little discrimination, if you ask me. I mean, a bald guy with a stash, maybe he just likes that look, and now all of a sudden he's a pedo.
Well, he had a kooky outfit on, too, but he
True,
looks
true.
like a pedophile.
He does,
It is.
he
It
does.
is. It's not fair because he's not a pedophile.
Right.
I don't think. He could be.
But I mean, black guy walks down, you clench your purse, you go, hey, that's fucked up. You go, yeah, that is fucked up. But, bald guy with a stash walks by, you grab your kid.
And that's a worse crime. A purse snatcher's like
Uh-huh.
whatever. That's like a misdemeanor.
Right.
Grabbing a kid, that's a felony, I believe.
It's funny how you sprinkle a little afro into something and it makes everything pop a little more.
Well, they've been the victims of a lot more racism.
sure.
But then, Jews were murdered 6 million.
Yeah,
Which,
restricted.
at Auschwitz,
Thank you.
where I visited, we'll touch on it. I'm going to keep teasing Auschwitz until life is over.
Oh, well, there's his.
But, 6 million of them, yeah.
That's a myth.
Not pleasant.
No, it's not.
But anyways, great park hang. We'll do it again. It was a good time. And it was nice because it was hot. We had the place to ourselves almost. And then I felt bad. There's one guy, this big, giant African-American gentleman. He works for the Parks Department. He had to kick everybody out. His job every day
Ooh.
is to kick everyone out of Sheep Meadow.
That
And he's going,
sucks.
Sheep Meadow's closed! And everyone's like, fuck you. Like, we're not going
Yeah.
anywhere. And there's probably 1,000 people in there.
Yeah, this is America.
And he had to walk around with little red flags. And, like, no one's... I felt bad because you can tell every day no one pays attention to this guy.
Yes.
Because you're like, what do you mean close? Like, we're in here, we're laying down, we got wine, we're fucking, we're playing Monopoly, and, Ari's stealing kids.
It's almost like the opposite of a check spot, because you got to get rid of people. Get out of here. And everybody's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, kicking people. I always felt for kicking people out of a bar.
Yes.
I bartended, and it was hard.
It's
People were
hard.
Like, nah,
People don't like to change places.
no. Especially when it's like just one guy said, because they're like, what are you going to do, arrest me?
Right,
I'm not,
yeah.
I'm hanging out.
Also, I got 9 beers in me. I got a finger up a girl's ass. Like, I'm working here.
Yeah,
All right. Well, either way, I got to bring this up.
sure.
Because you want to talk New York, and this happened right when I got back from Puerto Rico. So I was like all sun kissed and zenned out. Like that was the thing I noticed. Me and the lady would sit on the beach, and we're like, I don't have a care in the world. Puerto Rico's like a geographical Xanax. Not a care, not a worry, just a nothing.
The beach is nice.
It is, and we're holding a Medalla beer, and we're just sitting there. And we're going. I'm so not worried about anything that I'm worried.
Oh, I have that all the time.
You know what
yeah.
I'm talking about? Yeah, it's
Yes,
crazy.
of course. I start rifling through. I'm like, I should be worried about something.
Yes.
Which I've talked about that. I've had that when I was a kid. I remember being a kid being like, what was I worried? I got to come up with something.
Right.
And then I'd be like, AIDS. I'll go with AIDS.
There we go.
Because I was doing heroin when I was 9. So,
Sure,
and
sure.
fucking guys also.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, you got to enjoy your childhood.
So me and the lady made like a little gay pact. Like, all right, when one of us feels good and then starts worrying, push it back. And we got to keep each other in non-worry check.
Nice.
Yeah, so we just zenned out. We're like, all right, we got dinner at 9, and now it's 6. Just cool out. You go in the water, you come back, you have another beer, you have a joke, you tell a laugh, you do this, whatever. So get back from Puerto Rico, and I go, all right, Puerto Rico is so chill and magic that I got to just slide right back into home plate. Like, I can't, there's no pussyfooting.
I see.
So I went right back. I woke up early, went right back to the gym. I haven't woken up early in 3 years. I'm freaking out. I haven't lifted anything heavier than a coconut in 4 or 5 days. So I'm all rusty at the gym. And this guy comes in. I'm pouring sweat. I'm miserable. I hate it. I just want it to end. This guy comes in. Boombox.
What?
Giant guy. This guy must have been 6'5", flat top, boombox, blaring, whatever the hell the music was, Bruno Mars or Pluto or some shit, and just gets on a bench, pumping it up. But
Jesus.
and I had a moment because it's the rec center, so you can't really complain.
Yeah.
It's $400 a decade.
But this guy's a cock smooch, a boombox. What is this, 88?
I know, he was like Radio Raheem. He came in there.
Fight the power.
Yeah, he put that boombox down, and I was working on the curl thing, where you hang your arms over.
I know what a curl is. Yeah, curls for girls.
But that it's like a machine for it.
The curl machine.
Whatever that
a
is.
curling iron.
There it is.
Hey, you're curling iron.
Ah!
That's interesting.
Write it down.
Something,
That's
curling
big.
iron.
That's big, baby.
By the way, I thought of this for a second ago. Pussyfooting. It'd be fun to come up with another version. Cunt hoofing.
Oh, yeah.
Not as good as curling iron,
Well, curling iron, I think you really stepped in something there.
but I think cunt hoofing could be a good term.
It's a good term.
Hey, I'm not
Yeah.
cunt hoofing around here.
Yeah.
Because there's pussy and cunt and there's foot and hoof.
Sure.
Cunt hoofing.
Cunt hoof.
All right, it's not the best. All right, so
All
you're
right.
curling iron.
So I'm curling iron, and I look over, and there's a blonde guy, lifting weights.
I hate a blonde guy.
Yeah, he's not pleasant,
Blonde
but
is for women. I'm sorry.
some
outta
chicks
here.
dig it. Like Jeselnik's a hottie.
He's not blonde.
What, are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. He's got brown hair.
I'm pretty sure it's yellow.
Anthony Jeselnik?
Yeah.
No, he's got a beard. He's got a brown beard and brown hair.
Well,
Zach Morris is blonde, but that was fake.
that was dyed. But back when I was banging and Jeselnik lived in this town, he was a yellow.
All right. Well, he's not yellow anymore. You're yellow.
I think he's browned out. He had a brown out.
He's brown. He's
Yeah,
as brown
all right.
as my asshole.
All right.
Sweet
well,
guy, by the way.
Nobody's that brown. Oh, hilarious guy and sweet, nice man.
Sweet as pie.
He's my go-to, and people are like, you can't joke about this. I'm like, what about him? That's a hilarious joke.
Yeah,
It's
he's
well-written.
kind of like grandfathered in or something. But he
Yes.
gets shit, too. He gets some flack.
Oh,
but
does he?
The people love him, of course. Oh, people hate him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know people hated
But
him.
the industry people, they like him.
They like him, but he's a good-looking cat, and he's cool as a cucumber, and his jokes are top-notch, if you ask me.
But yeah,
But
he's gotten some serious flack at points.
I know he got flack for the shark thing.
Yeah, a couple things.
He actually got a show taken away from him for that.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
All right, that's Flack.
Brown hair.
Roberta Flack. So the guy is pumping music, and I'm on the curl. I'm mid-curl, and I look over at the blonde guy, and he gives me an eye roll, and we had like this weird fucking Sfatzas moment.
It's nice to connect.
It wasn't a Sfatsa moment. It was a, can you believe this guy? But it just happened that we were both honkies, and he was a, brown. But it sucked because I'm fuming now. I'm already miserable. I'm gay. I hate myself. I'm sweating, and I hate that I'm at the gym. I just want to get it over with. And this guy comes in, and I got the headphones on. So now I can't hear my own pod.
Oh.
That's how loud it was. I can't even hear Neil deGrasse Tyson go off about black holes.
Boy, you're working
ironically,
out to a podcast?
every time.
That's strange.
I like to be stimulated mentally while I stimulate the muscles.
I like an Eye of the Tiger, and I don't listen to music at all really when I work out.
Oh,
But
you
if I
don't?
did, I'd like a do 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 boo 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 bow 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 poof.
I got it. But yeah, I just like to. I get bored with music. I like it, but whatever. So I just go, what the fuck? Say something. This is out of control. This is irrational behavior. And I just kept having all these fantasies, like maybe I'll come next week, see this guy, and bring my boombox in and just play it in front of his.
I've done that before.
You have?
Yeah, where you play. Well, it's like on a phone, but in the locker room where I start playing music, and then they
Ah.
notice because right away they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like,
Exactly.
"Right." I told you that
Yes.
story. I had a guy come over and apologize to me weeks later one time. It was
What?
delightful.
I don't remember that.
That was a great moment. Yeah, he was a Middle Eastern gentleman, and he came over. He came jogging across the street, and I thought he was gonna, blow me up or whatever. And he came over and he was like, "I just want to apologize. A couple weeks ago, I was playing music. I saw you made a look, and I was a complete asshole. I was going through some stuff, and I'm
Wow.
genuinely sorry." And then I tried to be like, I don't know why I can't just accept an apology. I was like, "Oh, I don't even remember. That was nothing." And he's like, and then he did the thing. He kind of pushed back on it. He was like, "Nah, you were mad, and I saw it, and I apologize."
Well, good for him.
It was so nice. It releases that serotonin or endorphins. I always confuse those two.
Yeah.
Sarah Talamash and Rick Dorfman.
One of them's a dolphin. The dolphin fin?
Yes.
Yeah, dorsal.
The dorsal to the tail.
Well, that's one. You get one of those in a lifetime. That guy. 'Cause
Yes.
This guy was out to lunch, and I hated him, and I just have all these thoughts like, what if I did this? Wouldn't he be pissed about that? And then you have to go, hey, he's a dick. That's it.
Yeah, he's a bad guy, and then because you start existing in your head, and then there's
Yes.
anger, and it's just pushing, and then you get this repressed anger, and that's what anxiety is all repressed anger.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You got to read Healing Back Pain, one of the best books ever. Go get it.
I don't have back pain.
It's
joking.
not about back pain. It's about repressed anger and anxiety and all these fake pains that I have.
Hate the guy. Hate the boombox, and I just kept wanting to bring my own boombox in. I kept wanting to go, hey, could you turn that down? Like, you have all these fantasies, and then I go, all right, I'm a white guy. I'm just gonna go downstairs and tell the guy at the front desk. Then I go,
That's what the whites do,
that's
baby.
what the whites do. That's what every cunt with the you don't have a license to sell lemonade and all these skanks. But I didn't do it. I walked by the front desk, and it took every cracker bean in my body not to say, hey, there's a guy up there blaring a 2-pack. You want to step in there? But I didn't do it. And I don't know if I made the right choice or the wrong choice, but I just want the gays out there and everybody who's listening to this, don't do that. It's fucked up. It's cruel. It's mean. And it's inconsiderate. And it's selfish.
Yeah, you're a jerk as circus.
Yeah, so
I hate it.
lost it on this guy in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wasn't 6'12", I would have really not done anything.
That's why you always hope it's like a little petite, like a Vita or something. But then you never know because all this,
Right.
everyone's taking the Tai Chi and the Qigong
the
and the
Muay
Hong
Thai.
Kong. What's it called? Muay Thai is one.
Yeah,
The main
yeah.
one, the Jiu-Jitsu business.
Oh, Jews.
I was thinking of Chris Gethard. Chris Gethard is like a fucking Jiu-Jitsu
Is he?
guy for like 20 years.
Oh, I've always had thoughts of cracking his glasses.
But you look at Gethard, he looks like a guy that you just snap around and throw. But that guy will fuck you up.
I guess so. He is kind of sturdy. If you look at him, he's got some veins.
Oh yeah, he's no joke.
He's a good guy.
Great guy.
Funny guy. So, yeah, I just left there, and I just, wanted to kill somebody, but, boy, that is tough. It's weird. I always think, if the movie of our lives are playing, why would you want to be the bad guy?
Well, they don't think they are. They're just like, I'm listening to it. But I think they do realize it's a fuck. I think some of those guys want confrontation.
I guess so.
Or they just think, I don't give a fuck. That's how, that's the people that play music out loud just think, I'm the only one here.
Right.
It's the people their parents did something fucking weird. I think about that guy on top of the mountain in Arizona, which I did say something to, which was fun.
Right.
I just think like his parents were like, do whatever you want. I do this bit about this kid that kept stepping on my shoe. And I said, stop stepping on my shoe. And his mother was like, he's a kid.
Oh,
Where I'm like, that kid's going to grow up to be a piece of shit.
of course.
Because his mother, he has no sense of space, no care for other people.
Right. I told about the time I was on the subway and it was jammed, and this kid kept headbutting me in the back. He was probably 12, 13, maybe 11, maybe 5. But he kept headbutting me in the back, so eventually I just kind of went like this. I stuck my elbow out.
Yeah.
And he headbutted right in my elbow, and he went, and he started like clawing at me, and I was like, whoa, this kid's losing it. And the mom was like, I'm so sorry about my son. And I remember looking at the son and go, that's what you get, you fucking cunt. Suck on that elbow, bitch.
I'd love to elbow a kid.
Oh, I felt good.
Just like a $1 million man elbow, like a fucking pow.
Oh,
like
you tap it first and then drop on.
Yeah, like a good Randy Savage.
Yeah, you see, I got elbowed when I was a kid, and look how I turned out. So I don't know. I'm just saying, this guy sucks. Don't do that. People notice, people take note, and if I see that guy again, I'm gonna say hello.
Well, hopefully he'll listen to this
Yeah,
and then smash that thing over your head.
probably. That's probably what's gonna happen. Technically, that's a rep. Picking the boombox, that's a rep.
A rep? Oh, a rep, like a reputable.
Muscle, a repetition.
What is rep short for? Repetition?
I believe.
28 repetitions? That seems weird.
You repeat it.
Yeah, you're repeating it, but I guess it doesn't work if you say the whole thing. Repetitions.
Huh.
That's weird.
28 repetitions. You're going to repeat that 28 times.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's not as good. You see, that's what happens with words. The smaller word got more normalized, and now the other one seems weirder.
We need to normalize small dicks.
Sure.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I think they're normal.
I guess so.
They're not a desired, but
But if they
I
were
think they're
normal, they wouldn't be small. They'd be normal. Small is inherently different than normal. There's a normal dick and a small dick.
But
so they're abnormal.
A bumblebee is small, but it's normal.
For a bumblebee.
Aha.
But a small dick is specific.
So
Dicks aren't, well, their dicks are small relatively to the rest of the world. They're
Sure,
smaller than
sure.
a boat.
I see what you're saying.
In comparison to a state, a dick is very small.
Well, it's the size of the ocean if we're going boats.
But
Oh, the motion of the
motion
ocean.
of the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Do you ever feel like we're running out of steam? The whole show's over?
No, I feel like I like this when it's steamy.
By the way, that got a laugh from Shelby. That makes me think Shelby hates the podcast.
He hates everything.
Shelby doesn't laugh at anything. And I go, you ever think the podcast might just be dead?
Yeah.
Shelby's howling over here.
I know. He's a
So-
tough critic.
He's like, I've been thinking that for 3 years.
All I've heard from Shelby is 8 sighs in the past 10 minutes.
Shelby's smiling in a way that if a girl did, you'd be like, oh, I'm about to get laid.
Oh, yeah.
That thing with his, like, you're on to something.
Yeah,
There's like a
yeah.
Connection.
Right.
You know that moment where, like,
Maybe we should fuck him.
there's a smile and you realize, we can hold you down and fuck you, I bet, right
I
now.
bet we could. I guarantee it.
Just know that.
Yes. Keep that in mind there, fatty. At any moment, we could ruin that asshole of yours. That pristine, perfect asshole.
This is the ultimate jumping of the shark where I'm like, I think we're out of ideas. And then we just threaten rape to our producer.
Well, either way, we got to film it and put it on the Patreon. All right, Shelby's actually smirking.
This is where we're at comedically.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes us laugh. I just realized we've been done 2 episodes. My back is sweating. I'm leaning on a fur bear blanket here.
Yeah.
No wonder. Can I
That's,
throw this in my asshole?
Shit. Well, don't throw it down there. There's so much shit down there.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
all
just
right.
put it right here.
Oh, our
This
hands
is,
just touched. It felt weird.
This is a cesspool of boogers, fingernails,
I wanna look.
lint,
Oh,
and
yeah.
random shit I've just thrown back there.
I've realized. I came up with this
Tampon.
realization the other day. I'm gonna be picking boogers and wiping them for my entire till I'm dead. I
Yeah.
never stop. It's something you think you'd mature out of.
No.
I'm in a rental car. In between my legs in a rental. When I return it, it's just a fucking cemetery of boogers.
I mean, you could stop.
Nah, I can't.
All right,
Can't
man.
stop, won't stop. By the way, Shelby no longer smiling. He looks really upset. We got to go back to threatening to rape him.
Are you a booger mover, Shelbo?
What?
Oh, really?
Now, what do you do with your boogers?
You got to clean house every now and then.
You shower your booger? That doesn't make sense.
That's a lie.
lie. What is
Get
this?
out of here. Shower.
You're be a bad cheater. Where you're like,
Yeah.
where were you? I was at an amusement park. You're like,
It's a
what?
Concentration camp.
A shower? You can't shower out boogers. You need a fingernail.
Yeah,
you got to
we
get in there.
Can't
And,
get a loofah in that thing.
oh, you do it in the shower. Oh, I see. And then it goes down the
Ah.
drain. I see. Well, if I had to shower every time I had a booger, I'd be showering 40 times a day.
Yeah, that's a Holocaust.
I'd be like Auschwitz. I got to keep my Auschwitz about me.
There it is.
But no, I'm a big booger guy, and they're all in the car. I think it's a compulsion.
Yeah, hotel rooms is it's over. I'm just.
Oh, forget about it. There's one pillow that looks like a map of Hawaii. With
Sure.
big snugs and bugs, and
Oh,
I'll take
yeah.
photos of them and send them to my parents.
My friend used to do a lot of cocaine. And
Cocaine?
and he would have some real green, brown boulders.
Oh, really? Cocaine does that?
I guess it all gloms together in there because of the coke and everything and whatnot. I don't know.
I think camping. You go out to like Joshua Tree, and like you'll pull out some dry logs, like a big.
Wow.
I like sometimes when there's a hair
Yes.
amongst it. Like you get a hair with booger around it because the booger forms on the hair.
Nothing more satisfying. Ali Wong and I used to have some good booger. She's a big booger fanatic.
Uh-huh.
And she said her favorite were the ones where you just push up and then pull down and it
Yes,
stuck
it
to the
sticks,
finger.
yes.
That's a classic.
I love those. Those are fun. But I like when you have to work for it. You got a thumb in there and you scrape the side like an ice cream.
Oh,
Where you're kind
yes.
of pulling it around and then it all swoops out and melts in your mouth.
The hard ones are the best.
Yeah.
There's more heft.
I'll do a pinky one. I'll just circulate the
Oh, yeah.
pinky and
How about
get
my
a thing.
dad? He did the key in the ear.
A key.
Key. He would clean his ears out with a car key.
Oh, I'll use a pen cap, like the part that sticks out of the pen cap, and
yeah.
swoop around, and then I'll push it all together and I'll fling it. And just if it hits someone, those are the breaks.
That's it. And look, I'm a booger guy. Don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you, I saw a guy eating boogers. I remember every booger eating scenario I've ever been in my life because they're so fucking traumatizing.
Yeah, eating's nasty.
I was on the D train, and this fucking chunky blonde kid with the face whiskers was just reading the book and going, finger to mouth, turn the page. Finger to mouth, turn the page. I wanted to kick his ass. I want to go, hey, buddy, get your life together.
Yeah, well, I told you there was the one where Derek witnessed a guy.
Ah, I can't hear it.
He was picking his nose,
take it.
wiping it in a notebook. Then
I
he took the
can't.
whole clump and put it in his mouth like a dip.
Can't handle it.
He put it in like a dip and kept it in there for an entire
God,
show.
That kid should be tased and arrested.
It's bad news, Bears.
Woo.
But yeah, eating. But here's the thing: eating a booger, the grossest. But every once in a while, I'll do a, and then you get it, and then that's boogers. That's boogers in your mouth, and
all
that I'll
boogers.
savor for a little while. And that I like. I'll chew on that for a couple minutes.
I get it. I'm not against it. Do what you got to do, but I can't handle that. That's a noise like never been done. And
Yeah.
then people always do it in the urinal.
Oh yeah.
It's always, and then there's a nice Hocken loogie brown orange goop in the urinal.
Well, I
Thanks.
like it in the bedroom. I want a good loogie right in my mouth from somebody else. Yeah, from a lady
God.
or a man or whoever.
Ugh. All right. Well,
Whatever it is, I'm against
What's
it.
the ad today? Huh?
Well, we're not quite there yet.
Nasal clean.
But let me tell you this: I'm at Acme this weekend. Where are you at this
Whoa!
weekend?
This weekend I'm at Dead Crow or Charlotte. One of those.
One of those. You're in Carolina. Someone said only 40% of people don't listen to the plugs. What are you doing not listening to the plugs?
We're trying to come say hello to you live, like.
Butt plug.
Yes, hair plug.
Hair plugs. Hair plugs. Remember Cable Guy? That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Good jokes in that movie.
Hey, folks, don't forget about Roman. You got to love Roman. Guys are terrible at taking care of their health. Whether it's a knee injury, bad back, or something worse, guys are usually more comfortable just rubbing some dirt on it than seeing a doctor. I'm guilty of it myself. You have no idea the things I've tried to patch up in my apartment that are wrong with my body. Oh, and it's the same for erectile dysfunction. Studies show that 70% of guys who experience ED don't get treated for it. Of course, you don't want to tell anybody that. You want to keep it a little hush-hush. Thankfully, Roman created an easy way to get checked out by a doc and get treated for ED online. Roman's a one-stop shop where you can chat with a licensed U.S. physician who can treat ED. If safe and appropriate, ship the medication right to your door. Woo-wee! With Roman, there are no waiting rooms, awkward face-to-face convos, and uncomfortable trips to the pharmacy. You don't want your pharmacy lady knowing you're soft downtown. You can handle everything discreetly online. All you have to do is visit getroman.com/Tuesdays. Complete an online visit, chat with a doc, and the doctor decides it'd be safe and appropriate. They'll ship you the medication right to your door. I love it. For a free online visit, go to getroman.com/Tuesdays. That's getroman.com/Tuesdays for a free online visit today. getroman.com/Tuesday.
All right, let me get into this. I haven't talked about Europe. It was 6 months ago.
Let's hear it. I want to hear about these fake camps.
Well, we went to Auschwitz, and that was really it's not worth getting into that, though. It's sad, it's depressing, it's weird. You know what I mean?
We've had a sad month as is.
Yeah, but we went to Auschwitz, and it was really something. From Krakow, Louis and I went. We had a tour guide, nice guy. They wear a little headset, and they take you through there. It's pretty unbelievable.
By the way, Krakow sounds like a sound on Batman from the Krakow. You see the
Cow.
big... Yeah.
It's a wonderful city. I mean, it's a hip,
Really?
cool city.
Is that
I
right?
highly recommend going to Krakow, checking it out.
Really?
Yeah, it's really something. Warsaw, not as great.
All right.
Krakow, tremendous. You take an hour car ride through the country, and it was beautiful.
Wow. Warsaw, what is it good for?
It was really fun, and well, I shouldn't say fun. It was what's that word? Sad. Somber. Yes. It was very somber, but it was really interesting and neat, and I don't know what to get into. It's not worth talking about. I feel like.
I got some dumb tourist white American fat guy question.
Sure.
How far is the camp from the city?
About an hour. It's about 45 minutes, an hour. And there's 3 Auschwitzes. There's 3 camps. There's like a sequel. It's like The Godfather. And not as good. But there's Auschwitz 1, which is like the small camp. That was like the original one. And then they kind of got into it. And they were like, let's do another one. Similar to sequels. Like, we can make more money. We can kill some more fucking people.
Well, they're franchising.
They franchised the Holocaust. So there's the first one, and you go there, and it's really interesting. There's huge, long lines everywhere, and they charge you to use the bathroom, which is a little off-putting.
A little Jewy.
But I guess you got to keep it open and shit. But there's a lady, too, and they don't fuck around. You try to walk by. People will walk by. She's like, whoa.
Oh,
It's like, give me the fucking money. You can't just go piss in there.
You want to go easy, bathroom Nazi?
Yeah, but it keeps it going, you know. You got
Keeps the lights on.
Exactly, and the gas burning. But
Sure.
it's pretty wild. But you go there, you get the whole tour, and it's funny how it works. Everything works similar to showbiz, like a movie or music or any kind of show or production. They got to close with the big shit. Like the gas chamber is the last thing.
Oh,
It's kind of fun. There was a moment where I was like, that's kind of interesting. They're like,
Yeah.
all right, here comes and they know that everyone's like, let's see that gas chamber.
Right.
Bust out the chamber, baby.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty wild. Like, the guy lived, his house is still there. The guy that ran the fucking camp, whose name I forget. And there's the show where he got hung, you know, because they got him and they hung him right in front of his house in the camp.
Hung him.
Oh, yeah. But most people, they didn't. Most of these Nazis just fucking went right back into regular life, and Germany's doing great.
Yeah, Shelby's one.
Are you German? No, he's not German.
What are you? Transylvanian?
England? But you look so olive. You look very olive-y.
Yes.
Poland?
I can see the pole.
That's where you get the tan from. The
Yeah.
Polish. They're known for their tans.
Yes.
But anyways, we were there. It was tremendous. The tour guide, we went to but you go to the concentration camp, and what's crazy, I think I might have talked about this already. I can't remember. But what puts it into perspective is the line of people they're lined up to go down into the fucking gas chamber. And you're like, oh,
Right.
it looks like this is what it was like.
Right.
And I think I might have talked about this already. I can't remember. But you go down there and it says like you're entering an actual gas chamber where people died. It's very serious. It's very crazy.
Wow.
But it's really it's gripping. And then you go out to Auschwitz 2.
No,
and
there's
that's
a
like
deuce.
Yeah, there's 2. There's 3. Well, you go to the second one, and that's the one that's more iconic. That was the huge one where you see in the books and the movies that big, like, long red entrance with
Yes.
the tower.
Yes.
And that one just goes for days. And those gas chambers have been destroyed because the Germans were like, they're getting close, let's destroy them. But they still have the rubble, the Barney rubble there.
See, that's interesting because they knew it was bad news. You have to know it's
yeah.
bad if you're going to destroy.
Yeah, they were aware. Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like they thought they were doing the Lord's work.
I think they thought they were doing, but they knew they were going to be in trouble. They knew
I
they weren't.
see.
It wasn't good. But anyways, that was incredible. But let me tell you about the journey home, which is always
please.
fast because we escaped
Good band.
and
The Great Escape.
we had to go home. It's a 10-day trip to Europe. We went to Poland and fucking your mother's house and all that shit.
Sure.
Italy, Krakow, Bulgaria, Romania, and now it's time. I'm going home for one night before going to Montreal. I'm supposed to land at 7:30. Realistically, I'll get home at 9 p.m. Sarah will be home. I'll get to like at least see her. I'm gonna be on fucking Europe time, so I'm like, I'll get a few hours with my wife, hopefully get laid, snuggle, and then I leave at 7:30 the next morning for Montreal for 3 days.
Oh.
So I got this little window, and I haven't had sex, I haven't hugged, I haven't snuggled, I haven't seen my wife. It's been 10 days.
10 days.
And I'm like, God, I just can't wait to get home. I miss my wife so bad. So that morning, we wake up, and Keith Robinson, he's got an early morning flight. Mm-hmm. He's out. I wish I was on that flight, for
Yeah.
God's sakes, because I got a wife to go home. He's got nothing to go home to, this guy.
Nah.
But anyways, I'm joking. He's got a girl and kids. So he goes home. We wake up, and it's morning. So me and Greg and Louie have breakfast. And I'm always a little bit nervous with the flight home. But we haven't
Yeah.
had one issue. So all these flights have been great. So I'm like, don't worry about it. We're all together. No delays. We'll be fine.
okay.
And we're flying from Bulgaria to Frankfurt, Germany. Hour layover, Frankfurt to JFK.
All together?
No, we're all on different flights. Louie and I
Oh.
are together. Greg is going to Boston, so he's flying to London, and London layover, flying to Boston. And then Leah, the tour manager, she is flying to New York. So we're all on different flights. They're on the first flight together. So we go out to breakfast. We have a nice breakfast. I go out. I'm like, I had the shit. I had diarrhea for like 5 days straight.
Wow.
It was pretty brutal.
What do you think it was?
I don't know, the travel. I was eating so many fucking eggs. I was eating like, there was these buffets at these nice hotels. So I would just
Oh, yeah.
load up on eggs because
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah.
cause reflux, and it's morning and it's free. So I was eating like
Right.
500 eggs. So one of them probably had a little cum in it or something.
You're like Cool Hand Luke.
Oh, 35 or 39. So I ate a shitload of eggs. I had diarrhea. I got some Bulgarian shit pills. I bought more of them. I brought them
Ah.
home. Best thing I've ever taken in my life.
Really?
I was having yellow, bright, fucking water diarrhea.
Loogie.
Took a nice Bulgarian pill. He's like, take this. And I was skeptical of taking it for like
Sure.
hours because I was like, I don't want to take some shit. Finally, I took
Bulgarian.
it. I was better. I had a boner and my vision was cured.
Damn.
For about
Bulgaria.
4 hours. Yeah, I got some if you want to chew them up and stick them in your ass.
I'll try one.
Chewed up. So I have diarrhea. We have breakfast. I'm like, I'm going to go see as much of this city as I can because we got an hour left. I walk all over Bulgaria. It's a fascinating place. It's got a little grime on it, little garbage, but nice. There's some hot women.
Yes.
I come back. I'm all packed up. We all jump in the car, and I'm sad because I hate leaving everybody. I
course.
love those guys. We had a great time. I made friends with them, and it's just nonstop laughs. So we're going to the airport. We get to the Bulgarian airport. We get through security. We have a little breakfast, our lunch, whatever the fuck. We go. Now we're parting ways. Their flight's leaving 20 minutes before ours. We're all saying goodbye. Oh, Greg, it was fun. Louie, the whole thing.
Wow.
We get there, and I see the thing you never want to see.
Oh, no.
The jetway with no airplane at the end of it.
Yeah.
And right away, I grab everyone. I go, uh-oh. Because our flight's leaving in like a half hour.
Right.
And I go, there's no plane there. And I go, fuck. And then you see a whole bunch of people gathered around, like looking miffed and upset.
Oh, God.
And I go, this isn't great. Hour and 20-minute delay.
Oh,
Our
9/11.
layover was an hour.
Oh.
So we're like, fuck, we're fucked. No, it was like something. Our layover was like an hour 40. We're like, we're going to have 20 minutes. So it was one of those where you're like, all right, so Leah and Greg, they go on their flight. Their flight's fine. And we're like, maybe we could jump on their flight. But we checked our bags, which we contemplated not doing.
God.
That's the issue with checking a bag
Hate
is
a
you're
bag.
fucked. You
Fucked.
can't get your luggage now. You go, oh, you're not a free agent. If you have your
Right.
luggage, you can go, well, jump on that flight. We'll go over here.
Yeah, agents take 10%.
So the flight is delayed, and we're sitting there going, okay, let's not push the panic button. I email my manager and agent, I go, I might have to get my own flight. Leah, luckily, having an assistant is huge.
Oh, huge.
Because she's getting on her plane, but you're like, all right, you got to look. I'm like, I got to get to Montreal. Louis got to get home to see his kids, but I'm like, I got Montreal
Right.
fucking tomorrow.
Yeah, we can go straight there.
So I'm like, you got to figure out a flight. So I start looking up flights. She starts looking up flights. I'm like, if I can get to Paris, I can get to the thing. They don't fly, blah, blah, blah. So now it's like, I'm trying not to panic, but I'm like, I got to get to Montreal. I got a gig. I'm going to lose seeing my wife. So I email my manager and agent. I'm going to come, blah, 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 blah. I email my wife. I might not be able to see it, but who knows? And then she's just like, it's Joe pushing the panic button, the regular thing.
Yeah, Silent Ree.
So we wait there, we wait. He gets recognized a couple times. Now we're like upset because we're missing the flight, and people are like, aren't you Louis C.K.? And you're like, get the fuck away
He's
from
like,
me.
no, I'm Michael Bolton.
When a man loves a woman. So finally the plane arrives, and we're watching our plane come in. We're checking the time. We're like, okay, it's going to be this. It's going to be 10 minutes. If we leave now, blah, blah, blah. The plane gets in. It takes forever to get everyone off. It takes forever to board. We're doing the fucking math. We're like, we're fucked. And it's Bulgaria. So everything's like, zub, blah, 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 zub, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then they leave for a while. You're like, fuck me. Come on.
Ah.
We get on the plane, and the whole flight, it's like a 2-hour flight to Germany, and you're just looking at that clock, being like, it's not going to work. I'm asking the guy, and he's like, well, you're first class. We're first class Lufthansa, which is a high-end flight, and it's
Ooh.
Frankfurt to New York, so it's like a $5,000 ticket or whatever the fuck.
Wow.
So I'm like, they don't want to leave us. They don't want to just leave 2 first-class seats. That means a lot to be a first-class customer.
Sure, but they're not going to just wait an hour and a half for you.
Not an hour, but we're supposed to land 15 minutes before the flight takes off. So I'm like,
Alright.
maybe they'll hold it. You never
maybe,
know.
maybe.
And Louis like, you're fucking stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, but maybe.
I'm with you.
So I asked the guy, and he says, well, because you're first class, they might hold it. And I was like, okay. He said, there'll be
Okay.
a car waiting for you.
Ray of hope.
So I go, okay, great. So we're sitting there, and I'm just going through the thing. I'm like, I want to see my wife. I want to fucking hug. I need a snuggle. I want to shed a tear and, come on somebody.
Sure.
So
I'm
then
here
the
if you
guy,
need me.
we're getting close. He's like, we won't know till we're 20 minutes out. And I'm just praying. I got my music on, and the guy comes over, and he kneels down next to us, and I go, this is one thing or the other.
Yeah.
And he goes, I have bad news.
Ah.
We're not going to make the flight. And I go, fuck me. All I wanted to be home was for 5 hours. It was already not enough time home.
Right.
So we go, oh, fuck. He goes, there'll be a car waiting for you. We land. This is where it's nice to be rich. We land. There's a guy with a thing that says Louis C.K., Joseph List in a Porsche.
Ooh.
Like a high-end Porsche in a suit. And he goes, we're going to take you to the Lufthansa first-class lounge.
4-door or like a fucking sports car?
I guess it was 4-door. It was one of the big ones. They have like bigger cars
Oh, the big one,
now.
the SUV.
So it's a
yeah.
guy in a suit. We get the first class. We're on the fucking runway. Like
Yeah.
they pick us up on the tarmac and they drive us in a Porsche, which is nice. It's
That's
fine.
amazing.
So we go, okay. And then Leah, she's like, I got you on the flight tomorrow morning, Frankfurt to Montreal direct. I go, all right. Louis got on his flight. He's got a morning flight. They take us to the Lufthansa lounge. Like, all right, hang here. We got to go find your luggage because we want our luggage. So they're like, we got to figure it out so they don't send it on another plane.
Boy, it pays to be loaded.
Oh, my God. The fucking first-class Lufthansa lounge. They drive you right to the door. They let you in as a greeter. She's like, beautiful. She's like, welcome to the first-class lounge. We're sorry you missed your flight. And they have meals. There's a restaurant with,
yeah.
no prices. You just order a fucking steak,
Whatever you want.
Have whatever you want. You can go take a nap, put your feet up, the whole thing. It's beautiful. The women are all hot. They're like, we're going to get you on another flight right now.
Wow.
We're sitting there for about 10 minutes watching the news or whatever. And they're like a scene from Ace Ventura. Louis like, what the fuck is that?
Uh-oh.
Looks at the board. There's a flight supposed to be 1 p.m. to Newark. It's delayed 5 hours. It's leaving in 25 minutes. He goes, what the fuck is this? We hang up. We're on the phone with the traveler. We hang up. We run over. Hey. There's a flight to Newark. Can we get on that? Let's get us on that. They go, oh, my God. We didn't even think of that. Yes.
Whoa!
Hold on. So I'm going, turn everything. It's like fucking Superman reversing the earth. We're going to get to Newark. It'll suck. It's 2 river crossings. It'll cost me $100, but whatever. It's Newark.
It's
I'm getting home
Newark.
tonight, baby.
You're home.
How lucky. The flight was supposed to leave at 1. It's delayed 5 hours. She
Wow.
goes, we're on it. They start typing. They're running around. They're like pushing each other into the bushes. It looked like Mr. Rooney and his secretary.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa,
Right.
They're running around. She comes back and she's like, that flight's closed.
Da.
I go, what are you? So what if we had said it 10 minutes earlier? She's like, it's not worth thinking about it. But you're like, if we had just looked. And then they're
know.
like, why weren't you thinking that? Why didn't you guys
Right,
think that? They're like,
right.
it's closed. It was supposed to leave an hour. She said the reason they didn't think of it because it was supposed to leave at 5, but it got delayed another
Exactly.
hour. But it wouldn't have been funny if all those people were miserable. They had a 5-hour delay, but it would have saved us.
Of course.
We would have been like, thank God.
Ah, damn it.
But no flight available. So they end up getting me on the Montreal flight the next day. And then they get him on the flight the next morning. So we go, okay. They
what
go,
are you sleep in a Hyatt over here? What do you?
well, they go, we got you at the Sheraton at the airport hotel. Now, Louis says, we're not staying at some fucking Sheraton.
I love a Sheraton.
So his assistant goes, hey, we got you a thing at like the 5-star best hotel in Frankfurt. So part of me, now I have to start accepting. I got to email my wife. I won't see you there. I got to email. And now I'm losing a day in Montreal. You know how fun that is. I won't get to Montreal till 5 p.m. Supposed to get there at 9 a.m. Soder and I were going to have lunch. We're going to go look at tits, the whole thing. I'm losing
Sure.
a day at the funnest festival and a night with my wife.
And no cuddle.
A night with my wife, a nice snuggle, and a day at Montreal. I
Yeah.
lose all of it. But in life, you got to accept. You got to go, all right, that's what it is now.
Except.
And then I shift into, we'll go see Frankfurt. Another night in Europe. What the fuck? Hang with Louis. We'll get through this together. So we go out. We get a cab. Now, all the cabs are Mercedes there. They're all driving Mercedes, which is a Nazi car, I believe.
It was just German shit.
Yeah. So we get in the cab. Now, we were like, all right, we're finally going to go back to the hotel. We got our luggage. Crazy day. We're not getting home. Long delay. We get in the cab.
Uh-oh.
Car won't start.
Get out of town.
The guy's like up
Germany.
he's in and out. He can't get the car. It's a brand new fucking Mercedes, and we're sitting there like we're just laughing. You're like, this is ridiculous. It's like the Seinfeld episode where they're stuck in the garage,
Right.
and then the car won't start. So we go after about 10 minutes. You're like, all right, sir, we're sorry. We got to get in another car. And the
Yeah.
guy's like, I'm sorry. We get out of that cab. We get into another cab. We go, all right, take us to the high-end hotel. Blah blah blah. Get to the hotel. Go to check in. The lady goes, I need your passport. Louis goes, fuck. Lost his passport.
Oh, what do
He
you
lost
mean?
his passport in the cab that wouldn't start.
Come on.
He gets in there. He puts his passport wherever. We change cabs. And they're like, did you get the cab? No, he paid cash. They go, do you have the cab number? He goes, it wasn't even the cab that dropped us off. They're looking at the cameras of the cab we were in. We're like, it wasn't even that cab. It was the cab we sat down in.
It's a John Hughes movie.
And it took us forever to get through the passport control because we got there and a flight had just landed. There was 40 people in front of us.
Right.
So we finally got through. He loses his passport because he's a kooky guy.
He's a klutz.
He's a kooky fella. And then everyone goes like this, oh, you should have written down the cab number. And then Lou's getting mad. He's like, the kind of people that lose their passports in a cab aren't the kind of people that remember to write down the thing.
It's a good point.
If I remembered to write down the thing, I wouldn't have lost my fucking passport.
Of course. Who's writing down these cab number? Who does that?
I do it now. After I lost my luggage 3 years ago, I take a photo. As soon as I get in the cab, I
Really?
take a photo. And I pay with a card.
Wow.
It's the problem with cash. You have
Yeah.
no, because that's what I did 3 years ago. I left my luggage in the cab, didn't pay cash, never got my luggage. I've lost all my luggage twice in the last 4 years.
Jesus H. Anal.
Anywho, he loses his fucking thing. Now, Louis, God bless him, he was like, he handled it okay. He's like, I'm fucked. And there's that party that feels like you're fucked too, but I have to
Yeah.
have that moment of like, I'm actually fine. I can still get out of here.
Right.
But you feel for the other guy.
Of course. It's sad.
And then you're like, I'm starving. I'm like, can we still go out to eat or what? Is this going to be a situation? But this is where it pays to be wealthy because you're at a hotel. If you're at the Holiday Inn, they go, I don't know what to tell you. These guys, the maitre d', the whatever, they're like, we're gonna call the police, we're gonna call
Yes.
the lounge. They call it all over. They're all gonna look. They got the cameras pulled up, and so they're like, go have dinner, go out have dinner. We'll figure it out. Then
Good. Good hospitality. I just got to say, it goes so far. People don't realize.
It's so nice. So then we get in the cab, and Louis asking the cab driver, and the guy's like, he's like, I'll call right now. Like, the guy was so helpful.
That's un-American.
He's like, I'll call the dispatcher right now. He's like, they'll send it out. So he calls the dispatcher. He goes, this guy lost a thing in a cab. He went from the Lufthansa first class lounge to the hotel, yada, yada. Then he starts getting texts. He goes, look, here's my text. They send a text out to every cab driver.
Whoa.
Missing passport, blah, blah, blah.
Technology.
We get dropped off in Frankfurt. We go have a nice dinner. At dinner, we're sitting there. He gets the phone call from a German number. They found his passport.
Look at that.
The cab driver luckily, Louis' ticket was in the passport. And on it says first class Lufthansa. So the cab driver took it to the Lufthansa first class lounge.
Whoa.
And they had been notified that someone was missing the thing. So they called the hotel.
Wow.
The hotel sent a guy to go pick it up.
Wow.
So when we come back from the nice dinner, passport's sitting there.
Unbelievable.
Louis that gave the guy a hefty tip.
Oh, boy.
Probably the best thing that ever happened to that guy.
Now, let me ask you an uncomfortable question, and I probably shouldn't ask it. You're pissed off. You're not getting laid. It's been 10 days. You're on a flight. You missed the flight. You're miserable. You're layover, the whole thing. Are you kind of glad Louie's there, or are you kind of like, and more Louie time?
Well, I'm glad because I got the hotel.
Sure.
Badass hotel. He took me to dinner. He paid for dinner. And we had a great At that point, earlier in the day, I was done.
Yes.
I was like, I got to go home. I cannot wait to get on this flight. And we're next to each other on the plane. There was a moment where I was like, I wish we weren't even next to each other on this plane.
Yeah, which is no
I'm
knock
ready.
on him.
No, of
It's
course
just,
not. It's-
you're out. You're out of gas.
It's 10 full days, morning, lunch, dinner. Like you're just
Yes.
like, it's not him or anybody. You're just like, I'm ready to sit by myself and just fucking fart and pick my nose and put my
Yes.
thumb in my dick hole.
Exactly.
But
Big dick hole.
once the shit goes down, I'm definitely glad. Because if I was just, I would have been fucked. If I was just by
Right.
myself. I would have had to figure it out on my own and make all these phone calls and
Right.
email. But they had like a travel agent and an assistant that just went, boom, I'm on the
beautiful.
flight. I did nothing. They're just like, you're on the flight to Montreal.
And then here's the clinker. This is where my shitty brain comes in. I go, well, if I thought that, Louie must be thinking that. And not only am I here, but he's paid for my shit.
Well, he's a nice guy and very generous. And I think, you know, we both, you're comics, so you get sad, you get lonely. And a thing like that, you always want to go through it with someone, I feel like.
Okay.
Where you're stuck and you're like, at least we get to have a nice, and we had a great dinner and it was chill because it was not 5 of us running around. It was just 2 of us
Right.
having a nice dinner. We went out for ice cream and had a great hang. And then I sat and listened to some tunes, and that was actually a nice night, sitting in that beautiful hotel. Because once you accept, you're like, I'm here, that's it.
Yeah, and it could be a lot worse. You could be in a fucking trash dumpster in the middle of Bulgaria.
Exactly. So then the next morning we went there, and I just went with him. His flight was at like 11 a.m. Mine was at 3, but I was like, let me just go with you. I'll
Yeah.
get there early. And once again, this first class business, they drop you at the first class lounge. They take your passport. You don't have to go through passport control. They're like, we have our own here. Give us your passport. They take it, which feels weird to just not have your
Yeah.
passport. You go up to the lounge, same thing. Breakfast, lunch. There's a nap room. You can go and jerk off, the whole
Wow.
thing.
Wow.
Right in front of someone if you want to. We all just hang out. There's a book you can sign into. There's all kinds of shit there. It's the nicest place I've ever been. And when it's time for your flight, they come get you.
Ah.
So you start freaking out because you're sitting there. You're like, my flight leaves in 45 minutes. I don't have my passport. I'm like OCD. I'm ready. I want my fucking passport. I want to be there at the gate an hour early. But you just have to be like, don't worry, it's fine. And then a beautiful woman comes over and goes, okay, Mr. List, it's time. It felt like doing a late night. Where you're just sitting there like eating snacks, being like, what the fuck? When does this happen? And then
Yeah.
like, it's time. They walk you down there. Passport control is downstairs. You just walk down there. The guy stamps your fucking passport. You get back in the Porsche. They cruise you right over to the plane. And then as you're boarding the airplane, you see the bus full of all the regular schmucks. They're coming up, and I'm just the first one on the plane. I'm the only one on there.
Look
I'm
at
just sitting
that.
there in my fucking thing.
Who do you think you are?
Now I'm sitting there. I got the bed seat, and nobody's next to me, which I love because it's like those pods. But like next to you is weird because if they have to go to the bathroom, they got to step
Yeah.
over you the whole thing.
Totally.
Sitting there, nobody next to me. I'm on my own, just sitting. At the last second, somebody shows up. I go, I hate you.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just get here. I thought I had this place to myself.
Yes.
I'm sitting there. I pull my hat down. I'm like, I don't even want to look at this person. And I hear, List? I go, what? I look up. It's Wanda Sykes.
Whoa!
Help me, Wanda. Wanda Sykes of all the gin joints in all the world. I'm flying
Whoa.
from Frankfurt to Montreal, and I
Whoa.
just happen to be next to friend and celebrity Wanda Sykes.
What is she doing in Frankfurt?
She's married to a French woman. They were out. They were in Nice on vacation, or Nephew, whichever city,
Yeah.
and they were just out hanging out. And she's going to the festival. We're going to the same festival. It's a huge festival, and so I'm like, "What?
I can hear
What
the
the
list.
fuck?"
Joe List.
She's like, "This is crazy." I'm like, "This is the most insane thing I've ever."
Wow.
Of all the people, like you're in Frankfurt, you thought there's no chance there would be anyone next to me that I know.
Oh my God! The odds of a celebrity are slim. Then of a black woman lesbian who you know who does comedy.
Fascinating. So,
Unbelievable odds.
and then I was with Keith for like 10 days. They're best friends. Like he opens for her for years. They
right.
came up together. So I was just with Keith Robinson for like 10 days, and they were texting, and we talked politics, which was fun. And I only like talking people politics with people that completely agree with me.
It is the best.
So that was nice. We chatted, and of course, there's like you go like, all right, I'll see you later. It's an 8-hour flight, so you got whatever. And I napped, watched some movies. I watched her movies. I was interested to see what movies she was watching. All good. She watched Get Out, and then that horrible movie the horror movie with the old lady steals purses. It's terrible. Anyways,
that one.
and I watched Sideways. We had some good laughs. Checked in every once in a while, and landed, and then went to Montreal, and I got to pass the torch here. That just took forever. Sorry.
Well, did you have a moment of like, hey, where are you going to be? Or can we ride in a car together? We going to the Hyatt? Or what are we talking
Well,
about?
she gets VIP treatment from the festival. I was in like
Ah.
a van, whatever. And then she had to she had to wait for her luggage. So I was like, I'll see you later.
Right.
So I got there and I was so fucking tired. I was on East Coast time, get to Montreal, and it's like 3 a.m. my time. And then we ended up on the same show that night, and she went after me. I was like, this is crazy.
That's
At
wild.
Colin Quinn's wedding, she sat directly behind me, like where our chairs were bumping into each other.
Yeah.
We bumped into each other on the plane, and then she's following me at this show.
That's wild.
And that was something. By the way, I killed. I learned a new term. She's like, you still, what did she say? I forget it. She's like, you still on top. You're still on top, or something like that, which I guess means good.
That sounds pretty good. I mean, it sucks for a gay bottom.
Yeah, it was something like that. I can't remember what it was. You're still up. You're still up. That's what she said. She's like, damn, you're still up.
Oh, all right.
Like, I think up means like you're winning in a casino.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think black people sometimes they'll say stay up.
Right.
I think
right.
up is good.
Yeah, it's bad if you're an insomniac guy. You're still up?
Yeah, but I was still up. I was like, yeah, I'm still up. I yes-anded.
Right, right. It's kind of like being woke. You're up.
Yes, Europe. That's where I came from.
Aha!
All right.
There we go.
Well, I got to get into Montreal at some point, but you got to go because we got 10 minutes left.
I
I took
got-
up all the time.
I got nothing that good, but I just want to say this is if you were on the Lufthansa lounge first class pod flight, I had a gig in Worcester, Mass.
Woo! Haha.
Woo Ha Ha's the club. It's in Worcester, and it's right outside of Boston, maybe 50 minutes outside of Beantown. So I go, I don't want to get the train, 'cause then you got to get the train, and then get a bus to Worcester. So I'm just gonna take a bus the whole way. I get on the line, I do the Wanderoo.
Wanda?
Sykes.
Help me, Wanda, yeah.
Get her out of my bus. Hotel Rwanda. So I get on
Back
the
on the
Wanderoo, and I find this thing called Our Bus. It's like one of these new ones, like a Mega or a Bolt.
Hour like mine and yours, or like
Yes.
60 minutes?
OUR.
Got it.
And so it's like, hey, Port Authority leaves at noon, gets to Worcester at 4. It's like,
Okay.
all right, I can handle a bus ride for that long. It's the worst form of transportation, but fuck it.
You're pushing it a little bit there.
You think?
Well, traffic, you never know.
Yeah, and it's a 7 p.m.er.
Yo.
So I go, fuck it. It's like a $12 ticket. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I get to Port Authority, which Port Authority, right when you walk into Port Authority, you go, I made a huge mistake.
Yeah, I don't.
This
Already, I
place-
think this is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
When
well,
you're taking
you
a
know
bus
me.
to a gig.
I like to rub it against each other. And I get to Port Authority. There's a hobo jerking off. There's a guy puking. There's a dude doing heroin. I'm like, what am I doing? You find your bus leaving area, whatever, your number.
Terminal.
Thank you. Illness. So I get on the bus and I go, ooh, pretty light, pretty empty.
Oh, that's a good feeling.
It's Friday. Like, there's, 30 rows and 18 people. This is going to be great.
Who's going to fucking Worcester?
Yeah, exactly. So I get on the bus and I see these twats, this lady on the left, this dude behind me, and they put their bag on the outer seat. And I get it. I get
okay.
it. Everybody wants to sit alone.
Sure.
But it's kind of a cunt move, if you ask me.
Mm.
Like, hey, look, there's a lot of seats, but you're just saying, like, don't sit here.
Can't sit here.
Yes.
Zemeckis Jr.
So I go, I'm not going to be that guy. Because I've seen them on the Amtrak, and they always have to go, hey, everybody, we need every seat, blow me,
Yeah.
So I go, all right. Now, so I throw my little duffel up in the top shelf there, and this lady comes on, heavy-set woman of color, and I go, oh, look at her. And she walks on and just goes, anyone sitting here? And I go, nah. But I look back, 800 seats open.
Ah.
But I had a frontal area, I guess.
Interesting.
And she goes, oh, great. Plops down. She got this big, shitty Louis Vuitton, one of those giant purses that hangs over, and it just crashes right on my sack.
Oh,
And
a
I
sack
go-
crash.
I go, what the fuck is this? She probably had a dictionary in there, and it hit my dictionary. And I was like, "Ow!" And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey, whatever." Flips it over, and she proceeds to go through her smartphone to find people to call out of boredom.
Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to get a nap in. I got a half a boner. I want to write some jokes or listen to my set or podcast, something. And she's going, Reggie, it's been 10 years. What are you up to? And he's going, huh? Who is this? Rwanda?
jeez.
What's going on? And I can hear everything he's saying because it's on full volume. I can hear everything she's saying. She's fucking right next to me, breathing on me. From the moment we left to the moment we landed in Worcester, which was fucking 5.5 hours.
That's a long
you were
ride,
right,
yeah.
because that Connecticut, that has to happen. You can't get through Connecticut without hitting that Sandy Hook shooting.
The Northeast corridor is brutality.
Brutal.
You drive out west, it's just pleasant. The wind is down, the sun is up, your dick is hard. But the Northeast, nightmare.
Nightmare, and you could leave at 4 a.m., you hit something.
You got that right.
It's a bottle dick. So I'm just fuming over how much I hate this woman. Her fat arms are bleeding onto my cheeks, and I just keep looking over at these the fucking
hoof.
the yoga pant cunt with the big bag down. Then I look behind me, I see the fat nerd. He's got the bag next to him, and I go, ah, they were right.
Ah.
They had the right idea. That was the longest 5.5 hours of my life. I go, why am I taking the bus? What am I doing? Joe's on Lufthansa. He knows Wanda Sykes. I'm sitting next to Wanda, but she sure as hell wasn't dating a French chick. I'll tell you that.
And it's hard to, you don't want to step over. Once they sit down, you can't be like, you know what, I'm going to go to a different seat. I don't like you.
Of course. And I had to pee, and her feet were up into my area and all that. And it was, we were touching knees the whole time. There was a dampness between the leg.
Cunt hoofing.
Cunt hoofing should have been the name of that bus. 'Cause
Now, why can't she text also? Text catch up. Catch up with a text.
she was all mustard. Look, she's old school. She's older. She's probably like 60.
Ah.
And so she looked like the grandma on Get Out or whatever that. What's the other one? Us.
Oh, Us.
She looked like a Hidden Figures cunt.
That's what I meant. She watched Us, not Get Out.
Oh, I heard Us sucked.
I liked it, but then someone else told me a bunch of stuff about it that made me be like, oh, yeah, maybe I didn't like
All
it.
right. Well,
Sometimes that happens.
I got more to say, but I'll try to squeeze it in.
Squeeze!
So, Worcester, the comedy, the hotel's great. It's a dead, sleepy heroin town.
Oh,
over
yeah,
there.
it's tough.
It's nothing going on, but there's a couple restaurants and a ton of bars, and I think it's like coming back.
Yeah, everything's trying to come back, I guess.
Yeah.
Rock and roll never forgets.
So we get the club. It's a cool little club. It's in the bottom of a bar on the downstairs, and it's we sell out almost every show. Every show is killer. Tuesdays galore. We saw you in Boston. We saw you in Springfield. We're coming to this. We love you. We love your stuff. Mindy Spring came out.
Mindy.
The whole gang.
She was in Montreal.
Wow. And
Yeah.
Clusterfest.
Yeah, she's a nut.
She's an animal. So we go. We do the gigs. I got Rob Pierce opening. And this
I love Rob.
great guy. He says hello, and this guy Connor ripping it up before me. We had a good group of comics. Food was good. The whole thing. Sold out shows. Gift cards. I got you some stuff. But then last show, it's Saturday night. The guy texts me, Mike Taylor, I think is his name. He goes, "Hey, first show sold out. Second show, 10 seats left." It's like 5. I'm like, oh, we're gonna make it, baby.
Uh-huh.
No better feeling than 2 sold out shows. First show sells out, great. Second show sells out, great. Can't wait. Get some gifts. Good spirits. Go up. Woo! Did I bomb?
Oh,
talking like
sold out bomb.
Sold out bomb.
SOB.
You know when you go up and you try to do a little city riffing and it goes, nope.
Yes.
And you go right away, you go, okay, well, the last show I had my feet up. This show I am at work.
That riff, an eating it riff is tough.
Yes.
That's a bad feeling. Because a riff inherently you think is going to kill.
Right.
Yeah, what's up with this fucking blah, blah, blah?
And not to be a cum guzzler, but I had done the riff on the first 3 shows and it killed.
Right.
So I don't know if it's technically a riff, but I wrote it there.
Yeah, no, it's a riff. Guys will
Okay.
come, though.
Yeah, all right. So, I'm doing that and they all bomb and the crowd, and you kind of go, oh, this is, it's kind of like when you make a joke to somebody and they just stone face you, like at a party, and you go, okay, this guy hates me. So
Yes.
I just assume this.
Shelby's doing that right now.
Yeah, that's Shelby's MO. So I go, okay, well, this crowd hates me, so I got some good jokes. I'm gonna bring the heat, so I'm getting them, but it's uphill battle.
Sure.
And then here comes to the right, 2 gals drinking martinis or apple ticks or whatever the hell they're drinking, and they get just going, I didn't like that one. Oh, God. Oh, remember Greg? Oh, Greg's crazy. Now, he's a funny guy. I'm like talking like this.
Stone?
Nah, sadly. Han. So I go, shut up. Could you shut up? You guys still talking? I try to be polite at first, like, hey, people paid. You came to the show. You want to shut it up? And they're like, whoa. So I did that whole thing. So whatever, I proceed to bomb for another half hour, and I just lose it. I'm like, you fucking pieces of shit. I hope you die. I hope you get AIDS. I hope you get cancer. I hope you kill yourself. You're going to die alone. You had a miscarriage. That kid's lucky. I'm just going off because I can't handle it. And, you're waiting for somebody to throw him out, but nobody did. So then...
Strange. I'm surprised no one's there to do something.
Nobody did a goddamn thing because they're all just open mic guys trying to get a set.
Sure.
And so it just sucks when you leave on the bad show and then they go, well, there's a bar show around the corner. You want to go to that? I go, yeah, sure. What the hell else am I doing? So I take a shot of whiskey. I guzzle down my drink. We go to that show. It's in Hotel Vernon. It's this old bar that Babe Ruth used to drink at.
No kidding.
Super cool bar.
Babe Ruth?
divey. Who?
Babe Ruth?
Yeah.
Remember White Man Can't Jump?
Yes. So we get in there, and it's nautical themed.
Oh, I love nautical.
Yeah, it was great. And then I go up and I go, oh, well, these are all comics. It's an open mic. I fucking tanked there.
Oof.
Did a couple more shots just to ease the pain. Went home, slept, woke up at 7 a.m. Oh, my bus is leaving at 8. Taking the bus back.
Oh, my God.
So I go, well, the bus station is 13 minutes away. So I walk there. I get kind of lost. I figure it out. And then you get to the Union Station, and I go, excuse me, ma'am. It's some Boston chick smoking a cigarette going, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, where's the bus part? She goes, to the right, take another right, then a right. I go, okay. You get out there, there's a bunch of Peter Pan buses. And I'm like, oh, these aren't our bus. So I go up to the Peter Pan guy, and I'm like, hey, man, I got 6 minutes. It's 7:54. Where's the hour bus? He goes, oh, that's on the other side of the station. They got their own thing. They don't tell you that.
That's what makes it theirs.
Yeah, I hate them. So I run over there. Everybody's loading in. He's about to close the door. I dive in, and it was a fine ride home. But, whew, that
Boy.
last show, that's a kick in the balls.
That bus, that's kooky to me.
Double bus. Big bomb.
Bus is no good. You can't take the bus.
Can't take the bus. I
No
guess.
bus.
No bus.
Busing
no bus.
riots.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to. I saw the Tarantino movie. I loved it.
Yeah, I guess I got to see it again. I don't know. I'll see multiple things multiple times. I felt I was 1 hour into the movie. I had not laughed. I wasn't scared. I wasn't thrilled. I wasn't excited. I was just
Wow.
watching a thing. The last half hour I thought was great, and I loved it. I thought they could have cut 40 minutes off of it.
I know.
It was
but
not like it was like Inglourious Bastards, the opening scene, thrilling, chilling, funny, interesting.
Right.
I felt like it lacked all those things, and maybe I'll watch it again. Movies grow on me, but an hour and 10 minutes in, I was like, what's going on here? Why do they need to show 20 minutes of the film before he fucks up a line?
Right.
And it's like, this isn't adding it. We're just watching him on set of another movie.
Sure.
It was just it was like Tarantino it was like someone doing an impression of Tarantino to me.
Right. That happens with artists. I will admit it drags a lot. There's a part where like that Al Pacino scene. I'm not going to give anything
I thought
away.
Pacino was completely unnecessary. I didn't think he was
Completely.
funny. I didn't think he was interesting. I
Yes.
just thought it was just like, I was like, whatever.
I agree, but I liked it so much. Just the detail, the acting was amazing. Brad Pitt's character was like a fucking superhero.
No, I loved him. I liked, it could have been like a TV show I would watch with those guys. I thought Pitt was fun and funny.
Yeah.
But the ending, like I said, the last half hour, I was like, now this is Tarantino. This is
Right.
exciting and thrilling. I just feel like I said that at 60 minutes in, I was like, I have not had one emotion invoked at all.
Right. He was definitely stroking the dick of the movie business. He was just like, this is my childhood, showbiz, westerns.
Yeah. And it was just like, we're driving, and then we're driving again, and then we're driving again. I thought Margot Robbie, I thought she was like unnecessary. Her at the movie.
She didn't have one line.
I didn't
basically.
like get why she was at the movies. I was like, this is whatever.
Definitely not his best movie by far. It's probably not in the top 5, but
Certainly not in the top 5.
the look of it, I love the character, I love the western stuff. I love when he couldn't get the line out. That was all great.
Yeah, I guess that was fun and interesting. And just all the build up to it. I just felt like
It's
Sally
definitely
Menke,
long.
his editor's dead, and I was like, boy, he could have used some
really?
help on that.
Oh, the editor died.
Yeah, a few years ago. I
Wow.
just was like, I don't know. I was like, I'll see it again, I guess, but I'll see it probably 10 more times. But yeah, ending I loved. I was just like, where are the jokes?
Amazing ending. How about that the Spawn Ranch? That was a fun scene with Brad.
That was fun, but I thought that was long too.
It was
I was
very
just
long.
like, get in there, get to the house. He's like, he might go to the house. He's gonna go to the house, and then like, what's her toes? Hannah? What the fuck?
Squeaky.
Leah Dunham. Oh, I was thinking
Oh.
Hannah from what? I was just like, Yeah, I don't know. It was just like fast forward through some of this shit.
Yeah, it was definitely long, and I guess I was alone in Worcester, and I'm sitting in that empty theater, and I was just like, it was so visually stunning that I loved it. But all right, so
Hope we didn't give too much. Well, it's 2 weeks from now. It's been out for 2.5
that's
weeks. 3
true.
weeks.
And we got more road dates. Where are you going to
All
be there,
kinds of
Fatty?
road dates. This weekend, Acme, one of the best clubs in the whole wide world.
Woo-wee!
Minneapolis, love that town. I'm
Oh,
excited
yeah.
to be there. So come out this weekend. London is 2 weeks from now, August 30th, 31st, Soho Theater. Tell a friend. Bergen the week after that, September 6th and 7th. Hartford Funny Bone, back to New England, September 26th through the 28th. Laughs in Seattle. I think it's wherever the hell it is now. October 4th and 5th, I'll be there. Skyline Comedy Club. That's where I recorded my album 9 years ago. First time back. Took me 9 years to get booked back there. Not a great album. Skyline,
guess not.
Appleton, Wisconsin. Then the Blue Room in Springfield, Missouri. And then Burlington, Vermont. That's a big one. October 24th to the 26th. And November is crazy. Albany, Des Moines, D.C., Laugh Boston, Thanksgiving weekend. ComedianJoeList.com. Join the Patreon for the love of fucking Pete.
yeah, here. And sorry, I feel like this pod was the opposite of a Tarantino, where it started out amazing and then I fizzled it.
No, it's good.
All right, come see me. I'm in Charlotte, Denver, Spokane, Tacoma, Indianapolis, Minneapolis. The other one, what's that? Oh, Dead Crow's already passed. We got Portland, the Blue Room, basically all the clubs he just said. Chesaning, Michigan. Look that up and stop tweeting at me. When is it? Look it up on the fucking site or look on my website. If you're too lazy to Google it, how the hell am I going to expect you to show up?
Google.
L.A. Headlining the Belly Room on the 25th. Let's pack that out. I got some producers coming to see me, so
that's nice.
they're the worst audience members on the planet. So we need some gays in there to really yuck it up, so we can maybe get a special, for once. Sacramento, Dallas, Texas. Austin, Tejas, Oklahoma at the Paramount, Acme Comedy Club, Spokane, Tacoma, Roar in Springfield, Mass, Sunnyvale, Rooster T. You know it. You heard it here first, folks. We'll see you in hell. Praise Allah. God love you. Tell a friend.
Farts.